Morning, guys. 3:11 in the morning, West Coast time. It's the 21st of February, 2025. It's going to be more imperative that I keep track and keep on top of these news stories because they're going faster than what I realized. Apparently, Musk's own Doge are being deputized in the status of U.S. Marshals, which means they have all the powers of a U.S. Marshal, according to sources that some of the news organizations are reporting. This is fascism, Nazism, and we are deteriorating faster. There have been reports by some of the independents out there that there are meetings happening all over where the maggot GOP are getting pissed off at their own elected officials for taking away a lot of jobs, I'm not talking about private sector, I'm talking about the government sector that people are dependent upon for everything. A nuclear places that control power, control nuclear weapons, gone. People have been in probationary periods getting trained for their position because of older folks are getting retired. They're gone. Probationaries are gone. FAA, safety, weather. We're already having weather issues. How about recovery? FEMA, gone. Having the new probationary guys have been there about a year or two learning the jobs so they could replace the older folks and carry on. Forget it. They're gone. Medicare's under attack. Medicaid's under attack. Social Security's under attack. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to have any money for next month to pay the next month's rent. I already got a landlord. It's already gone already. She left last week. So we got new management here. Everything that they're doing outside is affecting us a great deal, and everybody's sleepy about this one because they're not responding, they're not protesting, or else they don't give a shit. Even my own town that I live in, Roseman, California, well, I don't know. I missed out the town meeting on that one. I should have gone. Because I probably would have been asking people over there, hey, did you guys vote for all these cutbacks? Did you? Did you really vote out safety and your Social Security and your Medicare? Did you actually vote in Elon Musk to take control? Do you actually support this son of a bitch who's a billionaire and doesn't give a shit about you? Because apparently this town doesn't give a shit. They're not reacting. They think it's funny. Still. So now we've got Department of Justice being tearing itself apart. We got an international intrigue being built up, and they're laughing at us and wanting to just stroll on in. And we're allowing it to happen on a constant basis. The Senate's still trying to power through some of the gas bags agenda. And the House, well, it's been reported that they're not quite sure if they actually want to do it or not. Because looking at the budgets that they've got, they're cutting everything that we hold sacred. If there was any national parks out here, forget them. They're closed. Oh, go in there at your own risk, but you're not going to find any rangers. If they are not part of Doge or if they're not part of the Trump plan, then forget them. It's all politics now. Fighting a fire is more politics right now is to fire a political ally or an enemy. Screw the firefighters. Screw the um, prisoners who come out and try to fight the fires. They're not worthy. Let's just cook them. They may be good people. The most ruthless criminals out there who want to rape, kill, pillage, and burn are good people. They should be allowed to be freed so they can do rape, kill, pillage, and burn, and that's how it is. That's how it's acting right now. And Doge, given powers of the U.S. Marshal's Office, the Marshal's Office. So now we are definitely looking at America falling apart. It's only a matter of time before the platforms are subjugated to pure Trumpism. Free speech gone, Constitution burned. There was even something going through the House of Representatives, maybe through the not through the House, but through the U.S. Senate, about taking and limiting the powers of Congress, shoving them more into Doge and also into Trump, where the Constitution is no longer needed. There have been rumors I've been trying to clean up on and trying to find out if it's actually been reported. But they're out there. Somebody's trying to shove in there where the U.S. Constitution is going to be null and void, taking away and stripping its powers one by one, including probably due process. We all need due process. Habeas corpus. Well, guess what? That's going to be gone. And the one thing that the people haven't done, they're panicking at the reactions of Doge and Trump and in the Senate going crazy. But the one thing the people had not seriously said, discussed, or even want to cover, they're responsible. When we made our elective choices back in November of 2024, yes, we had Biden trying to get back in office. Physically, his body would not deal with it. His spirit may be there, but the body would not do it. That's why we had Harris in there. And there was a lot of independents scoffing at this one left and right, saying, she can't do that. She's not in the process. You don't understand that things are happening so damn fast. We had to get somebody in there to do Democratic. But they're screaming about the damn process. This happened right after coming close to the Democratic convention. And the Democrats still wanted to get a body. Why not the vice president? Why not her? And her ratings may not have been great, but she was going to put on the face of the Democratic Party. And yes, there was a lot of controversial actions that President Biden did that really pissed off a hell of a lot of people regarding the international. And it affected our national. Yes, the Middle East. A major, major contention. And that was the only damn thing, or probably, I think, in my own viewpoint, of how I'm observing this damn thing, is how that screwed over everybody right there. It did. It screwed them over a great deal. If we had not completely supported Israel and its gentrification and its genocide, if we didn't have that contention with the Palestinian people, if he was just trying to get the two-party system shoved down Netanyahu's throat, there could have been a lot. There could have been. Unfortunately, we will never know because it didn't happen. But I know that was a major contention right there. The economy was still struggling, but we weren't going in the toilet and we still had jobs. Granted, some of the states decided to bump up the minimum wage, and then the private sector said, wait a second, we're not dealing with this shit. And there was contention. There was pushback on some of the states doing that. Pushback from the private sector. Okay, fine. My dog's awake. I can talk about this in hindsight because the American people voted in Trump. They could have done written ballots, written it in somehow. They didn't have to pick Trump. They could have picked somebody else. They could have picked Nikki Haley, and she wouldn't have gone Doge. She wouldn't have got. She wouldn't have done this Project 2025 bullshit. Now we're doing the playbook. The independents and the Democrats were screaming and yelling. Yeah, they were screaming and yelling because they didn't want this shit to happen. Now it's happening. They did not do a proper celebration outside because it was too cold. If there was any celebrations done outside of the U.S. Capitol building, so they had it all inside, all secluded, to where the sponsors were in there, smiling their asses off, and the regular people are shoved out. You didn't figure it out, and then after the gas bag swore in, and he didn't put a hand on the Bible. He knew what the hell he was going to do. He was going to lie, cheat, steal, and thieve, and tyranny started that second. Or actually, prior to that. Prior to that. But did the American people said we fucked up? Do we take account transparency, responsibility, and accountability for this damn crap? Nope. It didn't say it. They started going after the candidate that they voted in. MAGA didn't want to acknowledge it. My own town didn't want to acknowledge it. They still don't. They still think that there's going to be some kind of thing going on to save their ass, or they don't want to believe it. They don't want to acknowledge it. They get what they voted in, and everybody else gets to suffer for it. That means if Social Security really gets gutted, there's no more money coming in. There's no roof over the head. There's no Medicare. There's no Medicaid. There's no health insurance I'm going to have. Part of the cuts that they're proposing is taking away telehealth. Telehealth is the thing that we used a lot during the COVID and then afterwards. It's where I look at a television camera and I talk to a therapist or a doctor or somebody else that's going to be administering my health. Now, granted, yeah, you need to go into the doctor's office, wait for 2 or 3 months to get a damn appointment going in. And sometimes it does take that way, depending on your insurance and doctor. Me, I've had that experience just too many times. I'm saying screw this noise. I've used telehealth in a sort through my health insurance to deal with my psychological needs for about 2 years. It's taken me a long time to trust a therapist to talk with them. Physically, if I was actually going over to the office, it would take me all day to go over to the office, take care of my medical business, and come right back home. Some people say, what's wrong with that? Technically, it shouldn't be. I'm so damn used to the telehealth with the telecommunications. But, even the federal employees, when they do that, when they're on the phones or do the teleconferencing, apparently, old Gasbag wants people in the offices, physical offices. Well, if the buildings are still there and they're going to be still housed, paid by the U.S. taxpayers, well, I'm sorry, you can't have those people anymore because they're part of the Doge problem here. You see, they need to be eliminated. We need to get trillions of dollars eliminated, which means manpower, that keeps running our government systems that we depend upon for everything. Now they're being whittled away because a billionaire said, well, smaller, faster, and cheaper. We just take in the money. That's about it. We no longer have IRS agents that can help people out regarding their individual through the corporate. Mostly through the corporate, but the individuals are going to be suffering a great deal at this point. So whatever tax credits you were using for your 1040s and your state forms, forget it. They're gone. And blame yourself for that one. If you were part of the maggots, you wanted to make America great again. Whose version and whose vision of being great? You dumbasses. Yeah, you're all dumbasses. You voted this shit in. You don't take responsibility for the damn shit. You blame the other guy, and I'm hearing that. They blame Democrats. They blame this one. They blame. But nobody takes accountability, transparency, or responsibility for the damn shit. And they don't want to do that, and they don't even want to have a solution for the damn shit. Now, here's the thing. We're dealing with the powers of succession lined up so damn much that there is no acceptable leader that would be able to reverse all this damn shit. As for elected leaders, until they change the Constitution or as they toss that damn shit out, we're stuck with the assholes we got in. There is no positive change in this damn thing. It's depressing as hell. I don't give a flying. Yes, I do care. I gotta scratch it. I do care. Only every time I keep looking at the line of succession, we have no clear choice. Now, I'm looking for a Democrat at this point over here. Hell, I should be looking for a Republican, but I don't trust any of those assholes because they allowed this shit to happen, both House and Senate. As much as the independents are still trying to do the I told you so, yeah, I'm doing the same damn shit because the one thing I haven't heard from the independents out there, such as the Young Turks and their organization, they're going after other independents are going after them because of this childish dispute going on. It's childish. They're both going after each other left and right. I like to tell the Majority Report and the Young Turks, knock this shit off, you assholes. You're a laughing stock. You guys want to show how great you are. Why don't you deal with humility and humbleness and knock off the damn pride and the ego shit? No wonder you guys are bleeding. You're bleeding off viewerships. You depended upon the viewers to support your ugly asses. You promoted yourself to be independent and yet you're dependent. I'm a guy running on state fund to get 2 laptops working. I had workers' comp a long time ago and I got 2 laptops out of the damn thing. I'm using up money from Social Security to pay for the power, to pay for the internet, to pay for a roof over the damn head, to give me some food in the stomach. Maybe have clean clothes. And take care of emotional support animal. That's where my funding's at. I am dependent upon my Social Security that I put in. That's my funding for all this damn shit. And yeah, a long time ago, I depended upon my brother for his survival. And not to mention food stamps. I know what it's like to be dependent upon others. Now I got to be dependent upon myself. No, I'm still dependent upon the Social Security. I'm not quite sure if that's on myself or not. But working in the jobs for over 30 plus years, I know what it's like to depend upon my own hands and feet and my mind to earn money to pay for the necessities of life. Not just for me, but for my family that used to be alive at one time or another. Ma was the head of the household until she passed it off to my brother before she passed. And then I had to take over the house, so to speak, when he passed. It's just me now. It's just me. I'm watching idiots. I'm watching juvenile delinquents. I'm watching baby toddlers. No, let's say baby toddlers doesn't work. Toddler brains. That works. Toddler brains. In their own little sandboxes, tossing sand at each other. And you know what you're doing? You're depleting your sand. Just how much sand you got in your box that you're constantly tossing at each other and saying, "Yeah, I don't like you. Ah, you said some nasty things at me." You guys are babies. Grow up. I'm not about to say man up. I say grow up. Look at what's going on around you. Stop the childish behavior and start coming up with solutions for your situation. If you're going to constantly focus on the damn problem, the more you're going to continue to bleed out. You guys are dying by the proverbial 1,000 cuts. All you guys are. Doesn't matter which particular social platform you guys are using, you guys are still fucking morons. Why I say this? What kind of platforms are you using? And who owns the damn things? The corporate media are dependent upon the damn billionaires paying for them. And yes, media is slanted. Realize this, if you guys taken journalism 101, media has always been slanted. Since Ben Franklin created the damn thing a long time ago in our country. Yeah, people's objectivity. I've been telling this damn thing for you for years, but you guys don't even bother to read or even bother to pay attention to some of the other people who are noticing your stupidity at work. Am I going to be doing a better job? I want to make sure you guys are getting your heads out of your asses. You guys report from other people and think you know better. Have you guys really gone out there to do your own fucking reporting? You're depending upon the others, but have you done your own? You guys go from experience. Well, no, experience doesn't cover it all the time. You still need to go out there and do the damn job. I'm watching you guys bitching, griping at each other. That's why I'm griping at you about it. Because you're not looking at it, you're not thinking about it, and you just don't give a shit. You still want to continue your tirades because that's the only thing you know about. We got a world in crisis right now. Our own back doors, our own front doors already been kicked in already. We've already got people in our own houses, proverbially, taking away our rights, our freedoms, and our liberties. Doesn't sound like I'm a conspiracy nut job, but I'm just observing all too much of this shit. And yeah, I heard the stories from others regarding the militant group saying, CCC's about the government at this point over here. In this particular situation, I gotta agree with them. Only I'll be expecting our U.S. military forces, I'll be expecting our own law enforcement to be the jackboots. I'll be expecting them. But here's the question. After they get rid of us out of here, who buys up the land and who uses the land? And then who's going to be living on top of our own homes or in our homes? Part of the Constitution was not allowing troops to be quartered. And yet, what do we got coming up? Troops. Only this time will be the corporate jackboots at this point. Yeah, welcome to the fall. Welcome to the fall. Is there any positive news happening? You tell me, we'll both know.